EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for January 15th, 2024. It is Monday, back to work for some of you. Others have off for Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Kids have off, and it's very possible that some of them will have off an additional day unplanned with some snow moving in tonight. Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania sponsors the Monday video forecast. Game day Sundays are first and foremost all about football, but a close second is all about the food. Catering ideas are just a click or phone call away. They have the best and biggest wings and smoked meats and jerky from their in-store smokehouse. Their deli department offers both 3- and 6-foot hoagies, King's Hawaiian Philly cheesesteak sliders, and freshly sliced meat and cheese platters. Always a favorite from the seafood department is their famous steakhouse shrimp and coconut shrimp. And don't forget the football cupcakes from their in-store bakery. Best of luck to your team from Kinsley ShopRite. They're located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast. Good luck to your team in the playoffs, she says. Well, we're going to have our hands cut out for us tonight. Hopefully it's a win and the Eagles get their act together, but we'll see. We'll see. Big if there, right? So what is not an if is the forecast. The forecast does look like we're getting some snow. It's not a major storm, and as I explained in the Weather Weekly's video, everybody has this misconception that every storm has to be a big blockbuster blizzard that just shuts down the state for a couple days. It doesn't have to be like that. And we have these little ones that add up too, and they can be a problem too. They can be a problem for travel, most notably. So it's not a lot of snow, but it's enough that we have to still do the same routine. I do the same routine in preparation for a storm, whether it's an inch or if it's a foot or 2 feet. It doesn't matter. It's the same amount of preparation work for me and my staff, of course, but this is what we're dealing with. We have some snow coming in tonight. Looks like it's coming in this evening from south to north. When I say evening, I mean between 6 and 12, okay? A lot of people argue with me on that, say it's not evening if you're talking about 10 o'clock. Well, it is. It's late evening. So during the course of the evening between 6 p.m. and midnight from south to north across the region is generally the time frame we're starting with this snow. And again, it's just light snow, but it is going to be a dry, powdery snow, especially in the interior. We're going to get some little bit of a higher snow ratio than normal. So normally you get 10 inches of rain, 10 inches of snow for every 1 inch of rain. That's like the standard. This might be more close to like 12 to 15 to 1. Okay, so it's a fluffier, powdery snow that piles up a little bit faster, so you get a little bit higher in snowfall because of that. But it also blows away very easily. It's not hard to remove, and it saves your back a little bit. So it's not the really heavy, wet stuff like we had on January 7th. That was ridiculous, right? So we have the snow that's going to continue into Tuesday morning, and then I think once you get to about noon or so, in most places, it's done. It might last a little bit longer in northern Jersey before it pulls out. But here's the NAM high-res future simulator radar. I'll back this up a little bit because I moved ahead. But this is looking at actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you might even get some stuff going across Maryland here at this point. Maybe some of that sneaks into Delaware as we get in the late afternoon. But most of this is going to be moving south to north during the course of the evening. This is 8 p.m., okay, when I've stopped it right there. So it's just getting up to about I-78 in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey at that point, pretty close. And then we start snowing through the course of the night here. Now this is looking at 2 a.m. Still snowing. Again, it's not really heavy. You don't see these dark blues in here. Maybe get some light to maybe occasionally moderate, but I don't see this being like a real heavy rate, but it will add up. And then as we get through the late in the overnight period, you see this warm air wedge coming in at 850 millibars, which is about 5,000 feet above the ground. You get a little bit of a nose of a warm air wedge coming in here, and it's because the precipitation is turning very light on the southeast side here. So you could have some sleet, maybe some spotty freezing drizzle. That's possible too. These areas are going to be below freezing, so I'm not expecting this to be like a rain event really. But at the tail end of precipitation and after you already have snow on the ground, there could be some of this minor icing sneaking into even southeast PA. Gets into Philadelphia. You see maybe southeastern Bucks and Montgomery, southeastern Chester, and it goes straight into places like Mercer County, New Jersey, up through Middlesex, Monmouth, and northwest Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, places like that, Salem. It does have that. So there is the opportunity that you get some sleet mixing in at least. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but it would be cut down a little bit on the totals of snow if that were to occur. And that's why our snow map is reflected that, which I'll show you in a second. But snow is going to continue right into Tuesday morning. Here is looking at 11 a.m. It's still going over eastern Pennsylvania up here, but just about to end. And again, this ends around noon or maybe just after that in northern New Jersey. This is looking at 2 o'clock, and it's just about moving off at this point. So in terms of total snowfall accumulation, I'm not going to show you a model map because they're kind of all over the place. I'll just show what we have for our projections, okay? And this is what we put out at the 5 o'clock weather alerts post here on Sunday, and it will be updated as needed on today at 5 o'clock. Monday, 5 o'clock, will be updated again if necessary. But all this, the heaviest jackpot area, if you will, that stays all snow is Area F here, and that is this basically the heart of our interior regions. That includes the Harrisburg to Allentown corridor here and all up into northwest New Jersey, and that is a 2 to 4 over this whole area. 2 to 4 localized amounts possible, isolated to 5, and that's in these areas here. A little bit less out here. It's all snow out here, but a little bit less because you're farther away from the low pressure. It's moving up the coast, so 1 to 3 out here. These areas in here in dark blue capped at 2 to 3, and I hate using overlapping ranges because it's just, I like using the 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. I don't like overlapping, right? But here we kind of have an overlapping range, but this is showing the areas that could possibly mix with sleet, and that's why it's 2 to 3. But again, it's not much different from what you have further northwest of you. Down southeast of there, close to the coast here, and cutting across central Delaware near Dover back to D.C. here, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches before any mixing occurs, and then even farther southeast yet, maybe by Cape May over to like Georgetown, Delaware, you're looking at a coating to an inch. So not a lot of snow here, but there some of these places that I'm talking about getting 2 to 3 inches, like Philadelphia. You haven't had an over inch of snow in a long time, a couple years, all right? So this is going to put you on the board, all right? Again, not a tremendous amount up here, but it all adds up. This all adds up throughout the winter, okay? So it all counts. It doesn't matter even if it disappeared the next day, which it won't because it's going to be cold this week, but it still counts, right? So let's go ahead now to later in the week. We have a very cold day here on Wednesday with highs not getting out of the generally middle 20s on Wednesday. It's going to be really cold. A little breeze out of the west at 10 to 15. We're going to make it a little bit worse. So the temperatures above me today and tomorrow are not, a walk in the park either. But it's going to be even colder here on Wednesday despite mostly sunny skies. And then once we get to Thursday, we're going to have, it's going to become cloudy or mostly cloudy, becoming overcast, right? Temperatures near freezing again. And then we have these light snow showers moving in overnight. The European model, though, takes this low pressure, very similar to this last one, but blows it up here and gives us a pretty decent snowstorm. Snow event. I don't want to say snowstorm like it's a blizzard or something. It's nothing like that. But, it gives you more than 2 to 4, certainly. And that's what the European model does here. Some other models, though, are not quite as enthused with this particular storm. It has it. They have it. They all have it, but to different degrees. Here's a GFS array this evening. Kind of a similar event like we just are having tonight into Tuesday. Not much different. More like light snow showers, and a similar amount of snow, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, right? The Canadian that ran this evening, doing almost the same thing. It's not really crazy with the snow, just some lighter snow. But again, enough to give you a little bit, another snow map, another set of alerts, and we're going to be doing all that again. Well, like I said, we prepare for the inch the same way we do a foot, okay? It doesn't matter. But we will have another one of these events then. Again, even if it's just a little bit, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, it adds up. It adds to the season total, and it keeps all the snow lovers at least mildly happy. Every storm does not have to be a big storm. But there is the opportunity with this one to do that. This is not off the table. Okay, so we will have to watch this late week system, see if it does trend in the direction of snowier. Right now, it's just the European model showing that. GFS had it earlier, it lost it. So we'll see. We have a long time to look at that. The general time frame for that is snow showers moving in Thursday night, and this will go like all day Friday, maybe wrapping up Friday evening. And then behind this, we get another really cold day here on Saturday. Breezy this weekend again coming up. Partly cloudy skies and lower 20s on Saturday, and then mid to upper 20s on Sunday with mostly sunny skies and high pressure and control over top of the region here on Sunday. So, man, it's going to be pretty cold with much of this week ahead. Many of you will not see the freezing mark at all, or achieve the freezing mark unless you get in our southeastern areas. As you see above me, 27 to 34 today. That 34 is going to be like in Atlantic City. Same thing here for for tomorrow on Tuesday, 38. That's going to be in Atlantic City. It's not going to be Philadelphia points northwest, okay? So you're probably going to be a little freezing most of this week at most locations, at least in the interior locations. So it's going to be a while, again, until we get above freezing for most of you. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for January 15th, 2024. Have a great Monday.